show no mercy on the field or in the game. Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thirsty.
Good morning, Miami Dolphin fans. You're in the right place to talk Miami Dolphins football. We talk about the rumors and the news of the Miami Dolphins all the time. And today I am joined by Hank up in Orlando, Florida. Thank you for joining the show. And everyone knows him as Fish Tank Hank. And that's his car down there, that Corvette. That's going to be how his car is looking in the very near future. So good morning, Hank.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me. You know, this is kind of exciting. I saw you the other day over on the
on the
other
Fins
network
Talk Sports
with
Network.
Me.
Yeah.
Yep, you took Bobby's shot, and I was glad to have somebody with me. I don't like doing these solo.
No, it's fun. I know. And then on Sundays, I know you do the show with your wife, so it's always fun too.
I skipped that this Sunday. We had to skip it. We've been skipping it lately. We've been busy. We've been too busy, and with my car and all that stuff, I was just like, well, let's put it on the back burner for now.
Yeah. So not too much going on in Miami Dolphin world that you and I haven't already talked about, but there is some, like the Dolphins have not signed their first pick yet in Cam Smith. I don't know if that's concerning or is this going to be business as usual. And when the camp get closer, it's going to be done. So he's the only rookie we haven't signed. So I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason behind it because all these deals are slotted. So normally it's like really not the only thing they can negotiate is maybe how the money's dispersed, but the money's the money, because it's
I don't know. I guess the contract terms and the verbiage is what people are worried about.
Yeah. Well,
hey, Hammer Time.
Thank you, Hammer Time, for coming here, man. See, Hank, you're bringing in people. Thank you, Hammer Time. So, but yeah, it's it's just a little weird that because we signed all those rookies quick when the minute the money freed up, and then nothing on the Cam Smith front.
Yeah, that's really weird because you would think at this point in time, it's a rookie contract. It should be pretty much set in stone. You know what I mean? How much more set in stone do you need? There's a set guideline on what they're going to get paid.
Yeah,
it starts at the top and goes on down.
Yeah, no, it goes from the first pick all the way to the end pick. It's all slotted how much you're going to make now, and so I guess it's just like you say, like how much is going to be guaranteed, maybe, or is it going to be front loaded back? I don't know, maybe little things like that. I don't know what they work behind the scenes. I'm not an agent, so I don't know but to me, it's just like, let's get it done. So hopefully it's not any other bad reasons that we don't know of. Like, oh no, we're concerned about.
If I had to guess, it's right along the terms of what you said. It's guaranteed money or money in case they get hurt.
Right.
It's probably what they're looking at the most. But you never know. I'm not an agent either. So
yeah, exactly. I know. And fins up to you, Adam, as well. Thank you for
fins
joining
up,
us.
Adam.
So, and then on the other front, real quick about the Tyreek Hill, we know that he's in a little bit of trouble, but I think it's going to be more league trouble than legal trouble because that's right in the area I patrolled for many, many years. I know the guys that were over there, so I've been talking to some of them, and they said it was just a minor slap. The guy wasn't even going to press charges at first, but then it changed his mind because, I guess he had a bad attitude, Hill did, and then they called the police later. So, but I think from what it sounds like, it's just a misdemeanor battery charge. So even if he gets found guilty of it, it's going to be a slap on the wrist from that. But the NFL, on the other hand, they can come in and do the discipline as, conduct unbecoming to a player. So hopefully you're maybe looking at a 1 or 2 game suspension, hopefully not much more than that. What do you think? You think he's looking at a suspension?
There's 2 sides of this right now on Twitter. I'm on one side and there's a bunch of people on the other side.
Right.
And My side is the guy made a mistake. He shouldn't have been so mouthy the way he was, because he was being freaking arrogant, and there was no
Yeah.
call for that. And he was trying to belittle someone else. Okay.
Right.
You didn't need to do that. All right. That wasn't necessary.
Right.
And the guy probably smarted off. So he smacked him on the back of the head or whatever it was,
Right.
smacked him on the neck. And obviously he shouldn't have. But there are people that are like acting like he punched him in the face and like he picked up something and clubbed the guy with it, like, oh my God, what a POS and this and that, and it's like, chill. The guy smacked somebody. You've never gotten in an altercation with somebody?
I know it's just, he probably I don't know this, but who knows? He probably was drinking a little bit because he had been fishing all day out there in the sun on a boat. And then they dropped him off there, and he still didn't leave. Drew Rosenhaus, everyone said they left right when they got back to the marina, but Hill and some of his friends stayed in the marina, and then that's when the bad stuff happened. Too bad Drew didn't stay around. Drew probably could have diffused the whole thing from the get-go. But
that's totally sad of what happened. But at the same time, you know what? You got to take it for what it is. He smacked a guy. All right. Yeah. The guy didn't press charges. Now he's pressing charges after the fact.
Oh, I'm sure someone told him.
Somebody told him, look, you can get a few dollars in your pocket.
Yeah. No, I mean, the guy doesn't, he was working at the marina. So obviously he's not a super rich dude. So someone probably said, hey, man, this is your payday right here.
Yeah.
Someone got in his ear and said, hey, because supposedly the guy that got hit didn't even know who the guy was, didn't even know Tyreek Hill from a hole in the wall, doesn't follow sports, doesn't know anything. But the other guy that was with him supposedly said, you know who that is? That's Tyreek Hill and whatever. So I'm sure that got in his ears, so who knows? But anyway, we're going to talk about more fun. And yes, let me see, Adam brought up the fact that, yes, the Marlins are playing the Red Sox starting tomorrow. And actually, the Marlins are having a better season than my Red Sox are having this year, but it is what it is. But on a good baseball note, I'm not going to bore you guys with college baseball, but my Florida Gators, where my son goes to school, he's not a baseball player there. He played in high school, but he's not Division I baseball talent level. But he goes to University of Florida, and so we're Gator fans. So hopefully they win the College World Series tonight. It's a winner-take-all game. It's the best-of-3 series. LSU won Game 1. The Gators bombed the heck out of them yesterday by 20 runs. So tonight we'll see winner takes all for the national championship in baseball. That's it. Won't talk anymore, Dolphin fans. So don't go running away. I won't talk college baseball. Yeah, exactly. But I like the Gators baseball team. Been following them all year. And then on other fronts, the reason I went with Tua and Mike McDaniel on my thumbnail today, I always give a little explanation on why I use those. Because to me, they're the most two important parts of this team. McDaniel has to step up his coaching, and Tua has to step up, stay healthy if the Dolphins want to get to those double-digit wins that we all think. Because most everyone I talk to, everyone says the bottom line for the Dolphins is 10 wins this year. So, and I think that's the one thing Dolphin fans agree on. We're all expecting double-digit wins, getting into the playoffs and winning at least one playoff game, if not all the way to the big game that you and I want, Hank.
Oh, that's the thing. People question me when I say that, but I also place my bets. I put my bets down every year for the Miami Dolphins to win the Super Bowl.
Hey, so one of these years, hopefully it pays off.
Well, I've waited, I knew that this rebuild was going to take 4 to 5 years. Everybody kept saying, oh, it better only take 2 years. Oh, it better. No, you knew it was going to take 4 to 5 years. We're in the 4th year right now. My bets are in. My bets are in because I think we're going to beat teams like Kansas City in Germany. I truly believe Miami will beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Germany. Wow. Now, if we were in their house with all that noise and all that going on, I don't know.
Yeah, well, that might be in the playoffs, though. So you got to have a great season to get in the playoffs. You may be playing in their house, or you never know.
But if we beat them, they might be playing in ours.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, it's going to be a tough year, and it's going to be fun. To me, it could go either way, man. It could go Dolphins winning the division, Buffalo win the division, and I hate to say it, him and the Jets. I won't say New England because now watch them win because it's one team I'm not saying. But to me, any one of those three teams could legitimately, if I'm a fan of any one of those three teams, I could legitimately say, yeah, my team's going to be the best in the AFC East. They've all gotten better in the offseason. They're all ready to go. And
absolutely.
It's going to be tough. So
and
it's not going to be.
I think that they're all knotted up at the top, the three of them. The Patriots are somewhere down there, but I think the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets are all right up there. And it's just a matter of whoever wins in the division is going to take it. And you have to get your division wins out of the way. And luckily for us, we're going over to the Chargers. Then we're coming back over, and then we play the Bills. So I think it's going to work to our favor playing them early up there, obviously. And then we have them for the last game.
We play to me, the teams that win are going to have to beat up on New England this year. To me, the winning teams probably have to sweep New England because you don't want to lose a division game. But New England's not. I mean, with Bill Belichick still there, they're not a bad team, so that's not an easy ask. But to me, it's like you should sweep New England, split with the Jets and the Bills, and you're looking okay, probably. So.
Well, I don't hope that at all. I think we're going to take the Bills. I think we're going to.
You think we're going to sweep the Bills?
I actually think the Jets will be harder than the Bills, believe it or not. I really, truly believe the Jets are going to be harder than the Bills because we've seen the Bills. We've seen what Josh Allen can do. They have tape on everybody. They know what to look for. He's an interception machine. They know how to create interceptions.
Oh, I know. We could have beaten them easily both times last year up there. It's just we were on the short end of the stick, unfortunately,
Yeah.
So I know would have, could have, should have. We lost. But, that regular season game up there, the Dolphins had that game really, and then they abandoned the running game. So hopefully they learn from their mistakes. This year they go up there in Buffalo and stick with what's working and get that. I agree Buffalo has fallen a little bit, but they're still the beast of the East because I'm old school. So they're still the number one team until some teams takes their crown from them. And hopefully that's our Miami Dolphins. But I agree with you on the Jets being a tough.
Okay. So answer me this, Rob. If they go to Buffalo in the beginning of the year and just smack the snot out of the Bills, you going to change your mind on that?
Oh, of course, I will start being more positive. But, like you say, it's just, we have to. I just worry just because Buffalo's been up there. I'm trying to find, I don't have the schedule anymore. I took it off.
Yeah,
but it's tough because those first two games are tough. The first two games are because
too much credit. You're giving them way too much credit. Look, our team was rebuilding the past 3 years. The Jets had nothing the past 3 years. They finally drafted a defense last year that can do something. And then they brought in great wide receivers and Aaron Rodgers. They've done a lot more than the Bills have. And the Bills have done same old business. And they were having troubles beating our teams when they sucked. Yeah. Now our teams don't suck. The Bills are in trouble. Watch.
I hope so. And, I know we're right there with them. We've closed the gap so close because we beat them once this year. The other two teams came down to the final minute. And the playoff game up there, we had our third string quarterback in there. And we still battled them to the end. So
they haven't played us at our best, Thirsty. They haven't even come close.
Yeah. No, I know. I agree that we're very close to getting them, but I still give them the respect since they won the division the past few seasons.
They are the previous year division winner, but things change, and I definitely think Miami's on the way up, and so are the Jets. And the Bills stagnating and waiting for us to figure out their schemes and how to make Josh Allen throw more interceptions, especially with our improved secondary. The only thing I don't like about our team right now is depth. Depth on defense is our biggest Achilles heel right now. Now, hopefully they get something straightened out in OTAs, who's going to back who up, who's going to be on the other side of Holland and things like that. Those are the things I want to see change for the Miami Dolphins so that I feel a little more secure. The other thing is we're all waiting to see what Jackson does. or what Jackson doesn't do if he's not starting at the right tackle.
Yeah, well, I hope he steps his game up. We need him to step his game up.
It looks like he did. It sure looks like he did. If you take a look at him, he looks like a different person.
No, I
He
know
really
he does. So
does.
hopefully he's talented. Obviously, he's talented because if the Dolphins hadn't drafted him in the first round last year, some other team was going to draft him in the first round last year. So, I mean, the guy has the pedigree. He's a good player. He's going to have some competition now. And, you brought in a couple of veteran offensive linemen that should be able to push him for starting time. So he's going to have to go out there, earn it, and know he has to play well to keep his job. And hopefully that motivates him. That's what you need. You need that motivation, maybe just that. Because people said he was doing better last year, and then he only got to play a couple plays, basically, and then he was done for the season. He played in the first game, a few snaps, boom, he's done. Then comes back for a couple of boom, he's done again. So we don't really know where he's at. We haven't seen him for over a year. So we got to see if he's
I think
improved.
that's why he focused on his health so much, Thirsty.
Yeah.
I mean, he obviously focused on it. He knows that this is his final year, and he knows that he was getting beat around the outside. You're getting beat around the outside. You drop some weight, you pick up some speed. I'm just hoping what he's done, because he's worked hard and it's obvious. I'm hoping that it translates to the field. I really do.
No, I do too, man, because I mean, the young man's a good guy, but it's time to be a good football player, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters as Dolphin fans. We want the team to win. And if he's not, I think they would play Isaiah Wynn or the Cedric Goal, and one of these guys would beat him out, and they would be the starters. So, we should be okay. Some of those guys should be able to plug in, play, make the Dolphins a better offensive line, because really our offensive line wasn't our biggest problem. I know we love to pick on it, but, we had a few good players ranked okay last year. It's just they have to stay healthy as a team is the problem. That's our biggest problem on the offensive line, because right when you start playing well, then Armstead's out for a little while. And then, like we already mentioned, Jackson, he's out for a little while. So, you need to just stay consistent, keep the guys healthy somehow. I know I'm asking for a lot. Hey, Bobby.
Fins up, Bobby.
Fins up, Bobby.
How was that anniversary?
Yeah, I hope they had a great time. It seems like they did, man. It seems like they did. So, yeah, Bobby, we're just talking about, we've covered like why Cam Smith hasn't signed. Now we're talking about the offensive line. We're touching everything. I haven't mentioned Hank's fancy looking Corvette down there that you see in the photo. So it's all, we've covered just about everything, Bobby. And make sure you guys check out the Fins Sports Network. They got good stuff going on there all the time. Just about every day of the week, I think they got something. So you can find Hank over there every Saturday at noon Eastern time. So they're really good stuff going on over there. We have fun over there, just like you have over here. Yeah, well, thank you very much. And that's a good time to remind you guys, if we've earned it, please bump and hit and tackle that thumbs up button. I prefer to call it the fins up button, but to make no mistake, this is the thumbs up button. Please do that if we've earned it. And I mean, if you really love us, tackle that subscribe button, man, if we've earned it. So thank you guys for joining us there on that. But yeah, Bobby runs a great network over there, just like we try here. I do my Dolphins website. So, we all try to be good. We got Steve Malloy, who's the real talk guy. If he tries to keep me grounded, I try to keep him grounded, because I tend to be the positive guy. He tends to be like, oh, I'm the real talk, sports talk. So we're a good team on Tuesday nights. So, make sure you check that out. But yeah,
maybe I'm way too positive then.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're super positive, and Evan is, I don't know where we put Evan. Evan's like sometimes positive, but if it's right after a game, he's Mr. Negative. So he's like almost our bipolar guy up north. He's either loving the Dolphins, like we can do no wrong, or it's that they're the worst team ever. So, so because it's funny, if you see Evan on a Sunday night post game, oh my God, the Dolphins are horrible. But then by the Tuesday night, hey, Dolphin fans, it's okay. It was just a bad game, but we're going to be great. We're going to kick butt in the future. That's Evan in a nutshell. But anyway, back onto this current, why I picked McDaniel and Tua for my thumbnail today. They're, to me, the most critical guys moving forward for this year. Tua has to step up. He has to stay healthy. I know that, you can't control that, but he somehow has to stay healthy. He's got to be more consistent when he does. He can't have bad games late in the season when it's all on the line. I mean, before he got injured, McDaniel has to step up his game in time management, not abandoning the running game, and just overall cohesiveness of the team. I think Fangio is going to help on that front because I don't want him to become Adam Gase, mind you, where he only cares about the offense, and when the defense is on the field, he's sitting on the bench looking at his play card. I don't want that, but I do want him to be less concerned about the defense, be more comfortable. Now, during the week, you make your rounds like Shula used to do. He knew what was going on with special teams. He knew what was going on in defense. He knew what was going on in offense. So that's what I want McDaniel to do during the week. But on game day, he shouldn't have to be worrying. He shouldn't have to be worrying that walking down the line, telling his coach, hey, get it together, man. You know, he just needs to worry about the offense and play clock management, knowing that Fangio is taking care of the defense. It's like another head coach on the team. He knows that. So I think that's going to help. But I used those guys today in my thumbnail, Tua and McDaniel, because they're always a quarterback is going to be a vital cog to any team in the NFL in this modern day of football. And of course, the head coach is, to me, the next most important thing. So hopefully, if they both step up their game, there is no reason that the Miami Dolphins should not compete for the AFC East title all the way to the last week of the season, if not win it outright. And I just, that's how I look. I'm with you, Hank. I'm positive. I really feel that way. I feel that strongly. Anything less than 10 wins, him in a 9-win season where we back into the playoffs, is a disappointment to me.
That won't cut it.
Yeah.
See, I had no expectations for 3 years. I just chilled out, sat back, let everybody be angry. You know, everybody hating on Tua, everybody hating on this guy and that guy. And I said, hey, folks, give it some time. It takes 4 to 5 years. We're in 4. I truly believe that this team is ready to win some games. Yeah. And if we add Dalvin Cook, which they're talking about again on Good Morning Football, if we add Dalvin Cook, that only increases our odds.
No, for sure. I mean, and thank you, Kevin McDaniel. You got a good name, Kevin. My oldest son is named Kevin, so good name there. But Kev says, Thirsty hit the nail on the head. The continuity on the offensive line is crucial. We have the talent, but constantly shifting players around makes it difficult. And I also agree with Hank. Depth on the defense is concerning. Yes, and thank you, Kevin, for the comment. Yeah, no, that is true. And Bobby, you know, it's all in good fun. I'm a good dude. Steve, I would tell Steve. I told him to come in today, but he couldn't. He's actually helping his daughter in Virginia. So I would have teased him even if he was here. And of course, you know, our buddy Evan is always the best. He's awesome. But Kevin, thank you for commenting from Facebook. I'm trying to pump up my Facebook.
It's funny he says that, Bobby, because right before we started, he said I'm his spare tire today.
I don't say spare tire. I just had to go through a spare tire driving up to Palm Beach for the Xavier Howard softball game. I blew out a tire. So only to come to find out that the Honda Passport has expensive tires. They don't tell you that when you're buying the car. Because I'm only at 13,000 miles, and I didn't even think I would have to worry. But it was just one of those freak things. Something went into the sidewall and blew up the tire. So then when I started calling around for tire prices, I'm like, what the heck? I mean, one place wanted to charge me $500. I told them to go pound sand. I go, for $500, a tire better drive my car, you know? I'd be able to say, hey, get me to Hard Rock Stadium, and the tire better drive me there for that price.
How much did you wind up
I found
paying?
a much better price. It's just people know they have you over there. When you go in there on your little spare tire that they give you in the cars, and I have this, you're like, oh, this he needs a tire. Let's just charge him whatever he's going to pay. I rode out of there on that little and went to the next place. So that's good.
How'd you wind up making out? $300?
I did fine. I still paid like $200-something for $270 for the tire, but it seems to be the going rate for a Hound because it's a wide tire, whatever. I don't know.
I'm not even going to tell you how much my tires cost.
Oh, I can imagine on a Corvette. I can imagine everything.
On the last car I had, they were like $500 a pop.
Oh, okay. So I guess I can't complain about it's basically, it came out $300 after taxes, and that they put it on there at Pep Boys and stuff. But it's just like, it reminds me of a Seinfeld episode. I mean, when you don't know, you go to a place, what are you going to do? You just got to George Costanza had a line like they can make up anything when you go to a mechanic. They can say, "Oh, you need a Johnson rod inverted into the flux capacitor." You're like, okay, it's like, what am I going to do? So just fix it, because I'm not a mechanical guy, unfortunately. So, so I, especially nowadays with all these electronics on the car, who knows? I mean, everything's like computer based and stuff. So it's
I can't say that I could work on the car engine today. I could do the simple stuff. I could change a tire,
change oil and change
I know
tire,
how to change the oil if I had to, but I don't do that, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm getting older. Let someone else do it.
Hey, Hammer Time likes your looking good on this. Yeah, he should have the real thing by next week. He's saying maybe Friday, maybe Monday. So he says that your car's looking good on the screen, but you're going to have the real car back to you. So
yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, no, it's going to look sharp. I can't wait. I'm going to come meet you this year, man. I'm going to come over to your tailgate area and meet you in person and see your car in person. So hopefully your tailgate's not too far away from,
Hey, like I always tell the people that want to come down and kick my ass, I'm at the southeast gate. That's where I'll be parking. Okay.
Yeah. Well, your car stands out. Like I say, it's easy. I mean, you can't hide that beautiful thing, and that's going to look awesome when you are going to open up some eyeballs rolling onto the stadium anywhere. At every traffic light, people are going to look over and say, "What the heck is that?" That's going to be cool, man. You're going to definitely be the attention grabber. That's for sure.
There's a couple places where the wife and I go and eat, and they've been looking at the car, and they always tell us how nice our car is. And we turn around and say, well, it's a lifelong dream. It took us a lifetime to get to this.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that just happened overnight.
Right,
it was a long process.
Well, if you think you get attention now and wait until that wraps on there, even if it's good attention, bad attention, you're going to get attention. Some people are going to tell you, you can't do that to a Corvette because you're Corvette enthusiasts, like you said in your Corvette club. They'd be like, what are you doing to that beauty? But then other people are going to say, oh, that's so cool. You're going to have people on both sides of the fence. They're going to have people that either love it or hate it. That's about where you are. So I forgot. I always have a tradition, Hammer Time. And we had Kevin, a couple other first-time commenters. I always play my little Miami Dolphins song.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen.
That's awesome for first-time commenters. But anyway, all together, it's good. And if you guys love Miami Dolphins, you are in the right place. We talk about the news and rumors of the Miami Dolphins all the time, and so does the Fins Talk Sports Network. So, Hammer Time, I really appreciate you coming in today. See, Hank, you're bringing in the viewers, man. He had never come into my show before. Now he's here, so that's great.
Hey,
and I'm happy to bring in Kevin because I've been trying to up my Facebook game. I don't get that much going on my Facebook, but I did get a comment today on my Facebook side, so that's good. It's hard to get people over there. I'm still new here, trying to get on the YouTube, but Facebook, I'm even behind that standard. So it's good to see someone comment from Facebook.
I have to remember when I send yours out, I need to remember to say that you're on YouTube for your shows.
Yeah, I know.
And I forget to say that. I sent out a tweet and I deleted it. I was like, no.
Oh, I know, I saw, but that's fine. I love promoting my DolphinThirsty.com too, man. That helps too. I having it updated in the past couple of days because I was in Gainesville, Florida, actually. So today I'll probably start putting new material back up there, So I was up in Gainesville all the way through Friday. So it was like, it was good to be back here in South Florida. But now I'm going to start updating I did add something Friday when I first got back, but not much since then. And there's really not much going on in Dolphin land right now. Like I said, we still need to sign Cam Smith. I'm waiting for that news to break. We got to do something with Cook. Hopefully that news breaks one way or the other sooner than later. But, I mean, there's no rush on any side. They can push it all the way to training camp because Cook is fine financially, so he's not dying for a contract signing bonus this minute. The Dolphins, aren't going to overwhelm him with the big money he wants from the get-go. If there's no competition, why bet against yourself? So hopefully they make him happy. They're happy. He becomes wearing the Aquaron, bring the young man home to South Florida to finish out his career, get the Dolphins over the top, and start winning playoff games. Because people say, oh, I want to win the Super Bowl. But to me, let's win a playoff game first, because you can't win the Super Bowl without winning a playoff game. So let's take baby steps. Let's get to the playoffs this year in a playoff game, and then worry about the next week winning another playoff game. And if we're the number one seed, that would be a great season. Then you only have to worry about 2 playoff games. But chances are we're going to have to win 3 playoff games to get to the Super Bowl. So let's win a playoff game first and then worry about the Super Bowl later. I know you're
thirsty. Yeah. Do you own a boat?
I own a John boat, but not a real big boat. I just own a John boat for my little lake. We're only allowed trolling motors here. We're not allowed boat in Pembroke Pines. But one day I would love a boat.
You've driven boats before, right? You've driven a nice
yeah, no, I've been on a boat many times before. I'm a fisherman.
Well, it's kind of like that new boat. You know what I mean? We finally got our new boat after waiting 3 years. I want that throttle to be full up and us flying across the water right now as Dolphins.
Hey,
that's
I like
what
that.
I want to see happening right now. We've waited long enough. The hoop this, the hoop that. Go get Cook. Quit screwing around. You need him to get over the hump. Just grab the man and let's do this.
No, I agree. I want Cook, and you know me, I'm not a big name chaser. I was lukewarm on when I heard the rumors, and then it became true that we got Bradley Chubb. I'm like, oh, we don't really need him. I don't want to give up a first-round pick because there's more money tied up. Because I was happy with Tyreek. We already covered his legal issues, but happy to have him on the team because I knew he was a good talent, really enough to get the first-round pick. But we already have money tied up in him. We got money tied up in Armstead. Eventually, if Tua becomes the guy we think he's going to be, we got to get money in him. Then, Wilkins needs money. So I wasn't big on the Chubb. I hope he makes me eat my words and goes out there, has double-digit sacks this year under Fangio's system, helps all the other players have better sack numbers, if nothing else. But when you're paying him what you're paying Chubb, to me, he has to go out there and ball out, be an all-pro level. So that's why I just want to show, and I'm only picking on Chubb because I wanted to show I'm not a big name chaser, but I want Cook. I'm all in on Cook, cooking up recipes, opening the barbecue grill, whatever kind of little analogy I could say. I want Cook to come down and do some,
He's probably watching your show right now. He's probably watching this show right now. Tell him what you want, Rob. Tell him, Thirsty.
Yes, I want you, Dalvin. Come home to South Florida. I love my South Florida guys. That's why I probably like Mike White more than everyone else, because he's a South Florida kid. Literally, he was a generation, not a generation, but a few years ahead of my son. And he evidently was a great baseball player because everyone said, oh my God, but did you ever see this kid, Mike White, play baseball? So I heard about his names. His dad was one of the head guys at the park down here where my sons play. So I heard about the name. So I'm happy to have the kid come home. I mean, the thing is, all honesty, if we're down to our backup quarterback, it's went wrong once again. So I want Cook here, and I want to, I want him. Come on, Dalvin. Come to South Florida. It's beautiful down here. You don't have to pay the taxes to the state here. You just only have to pay Uncle Sam like you would have to do everywhere else. And then plus, if you go to New York, you got to pay the state taxes. Come to Florida.
Yeah. What is their state tax? At least 8.5%.
Come and kick your brother's butt 2 times a year down here. Come up here. Come beat the Buffalo Bills twice a year, and show your brother that you switched it on. You came to South Florida and that you now are the best team in the AFC East because you're a Dalvin Cook and you own your brother, even though you still love your brother, of course, but we all love to brag to family members about who's doing better, or whatever. So, it's just like this fun brotherly love. I grew up with sisters, but we still have that sibling rivalry where we, ours is just minor things like, oh, did you see my score on, whatever, but, that you guys are elite athletes. Can you imagine being able to say, sorry, man, you guys been the AFC East champs the past couple of years, but I came and took it. Now the Dolphins are the AFC East champs. Sorry, brother. So, I love it, man. Let's just do it. I like this. Look, Scotty chimes in with Dolphins Full Throttle. Good name for a show. It is actually, I do. I think that's a good name for a show. I may steal it, Scotty. I mean, because I'm trying to get a nighttime show here right now. I'm just still filling out my YouTube. There's so many Dolphin channels on here. I mainly do this because of what happened to me medically, and it's just a way to like talk to fellow Dolphin fans and be great. The Fins Talk Sports Networks helped me a lot because I used to not want to be on the camera that much. I did a couple little things, but mainly just from behind the things on Twitter and Instagram. But Bobby put me on as a guest show on you, Hank, on you and Evan's show, the Fins Bandwagon back in the day. I was a guest, and that got me more comfortable being on. I had never done a live show. I had done some pre-recorded little stuff, but mainly putting graphics up there to hide my. So it's just, it was fun, man. It's fun talking to Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, it's like two of my other things that I love the Dolphins. I love Corvettes. Those are my two things that I put together. But I used to also work in communications for the Coast Guard. So I was always talking on the radios. I always had to read the news and do stuff like that. So I've always been talking. It's not a matter of my talking, but like you said, I wasn't used to being on film so much.
Yeah.
But it's the same. It's exactly the same. The only difference is I have to look this way.
Oh, no, that's what I say now. If I was trying to be a movie star with this mug, I'd be in trouble. But I think talking to Dolphin fans, I don't think they care about my ugly mug. They just want to hear Miami. They just want to care about Miami Dolphins fan. And I agree with you. This is not
a TV face, I know.
Oh, I know. Neither is mine. But you know what? And, neither is my lack of hair. That's why I have to wear a hat. But, but hey, it's fun. I love talking about that. It is what it is. I wear a cap for sun protection, which makes no sense here in a house, but that'd be my excuse.
I wear my hat to represent the Dolphins when I talk on these shows. I have a bunch of different hats, and I wear this hat, that hat.
Oh, I got that hat. That's the draft hat from this past year. I got that hat right over there, too. I have a few. I got some with the old logo, but see, today I got one of the – this is one of my favorite logos. That's probably my second favorite logo, this one. I think this is a Jason Taylor logo, I call it.
Yeah, I just have a Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's cool. But
it wrinkles around the neck, though, so I don't like it that much.
Okay, but hey, at least it's a cool-looking shirt. I really want Cook. Having said that, what's the deal? Yeah, we touched on that a little bit. We don't know what the deal on Cam Smith
Marino's GOAT. Fins up, Scotty.
Oh, yeah, Marino's – I don't know, Kev. Sorry, Kevin. I call my son Kev all the time. But Kevin, I really don't know what the deal with Cam Smith. It's weird because we've signed all the other rookies. It just must be verbiage in the contract. We don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. Hopefully it's nothing that we don't know about and it drags out longer. Hopefully by training camp, they get his butt in. But that is weird that we haven't seen that news break that he's signed. And Marino, GOAT, thank you. Thumbs up, Dolphins and all those sunshine. That's awesome. And yes, I love me some Dan Marino. I just wish he would have won a Super Bowl against the 49ers that year. But hey, it was a fun season. To me, the 1984 season's the best season I've ever seen as a Dolphins fan. It was fun. It was great.
This is the year we're going to go against the Niners again, except this time we're going to win.
All right. So then
that's my prediction for the year.
Okay, and then whoever the 49ers quarterback, Tua can buy them a Diet Pepsi this year. So because I remember that commercial with Joe Montana and Joe Montana
next year.
I'll buy next year, and that never came. Dan Marino never got to buy the Diet Pepsi, but hopefully Tua buys someone but Diet Pepsi. That'd be a great if those teams playing the Super Bowl again. If I'm Diet Pepsi, I'm running out and doing that commercial. So, but man, it's Marino was so much fun to watch. I did a post on him yesterday on Twitter and Facebook saying, "Were you lucky enough to see Marino throw to Clayton back in the day?" And I got a lot of response from it. People, that was great, man. In 1984, Marino had 48 touchdown passes. Mark Clayton had 18 of those 48. And they were both records at the time. Both records has been eclipsed in the now pass happy NFL. But back in the day, those were records that people thought would never be broken. But now, there's the rules favor the passing game. If Marino could play today, Hank, I know that's like barroom talk, but if Marino could play today with these rules and the weapons that the Dolphins have, I don't even know what our numbers would be. It'd be insane. It'd be like crazy. It'd be like Madden numbers Madden would have to change their rules to make the numbers go higher for fans, because he would break Madden numbers. It'd be insane. Marino with, oh my man. If you could bring Dwight Stevenson, Richmond Webb back, and have Marino throwing to these guys in their prime with the new rules where you can't bump them as much as you can in the old days, because they used to mug Duper and Clayton and they would get away with it. Nowadays, you can't get away with that stuff. So it's like,
Sims was a big part of that too.
yeah. No, oh man, man, it'd be great, man.
Well, let's talk
if,
about Scotty here. He says that they say to grab a running back last when competing a roster. Now, with a legit Super Bowl roster, too much overthinking. He's that piece now. Sign him. I agree, Scotty. I totally agree. Need to bring him in, get it done. People are way overthinking this. If he improves your team, you bring him on. Everybody knows if you had Dalvin Cook, he would improve the Miami Dolphins. If you don't know that, you don't know squat about running backs.
Right.
Because he's what, over 1,100 yards for the past 4 years with the Vikings. The Vikings didn't have a great O-line.
No, they didn't. No, they did not. I mean, I'm
just saying, you take this guy and you put him on the team. You want to push for a Super Bowl. That's how you run the clock down when you're ahead. That's how you run the ball instead of throwing it.
No, that's how you keep the ball away from a Patrick Mahomes. You keep a ball away from Patrick Mahomes. You keep the ball away from Josh Allen. So, Scotty, I'm sure you've never heard this joke before, but I agree with you. So, beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty.
Beam me up, baby.
So, hey, here's another Scott. Here comes a Scott. Go team. Hey. Thank you, Scott. Man, 2 people coming in from Facebook today. This is good. I'm trying to get people in from Facebook. It's great, man. So hit that thumbs up. I like to call it the fins up button, but you can call it the thumbs up button over there on Facebook and comment. I love it. Thank you guys for joining us over there from Facebook today.
Right on.
I'm still, I know I say growing. I'm growing here on YouTube. I think I just hit around 300 subscribers, but I don't look at it as numbers. I look at it as fellow Dolphin fans coming here to talk Miami Dolphins football, because that's what all the fun's about.
Hey, I'm just gonna say it's because of me.
It is, man. They just knew Hank was on here. They said, man, I have to come in and get me some Hank. I don't get enough Hank just Hank one time a week on Saturdays isn't enough. So I gotta come in and get them a little more extra overtime. So
I'm sure that's what they said.
But thank you so much, Scott, for coming in here off the Facebook. If you have YouTube, you can run over to our YouTube channel and tackle that fins up button as well. I would love that as well. Because all I want to do is my only plan on here. I'm not going to ever be selling you. I can get you rich on YouTube if you follow me and buy my $500 course. All I want to do is connect with Miami Dolphin fans. That is it. Nothing else. It's definitely hey, Kohler. I still want to show up on your show one morning, Kohler. Kohler has a great show over there on the Fins Tailgate. I think he is. He used to be Kohler commentary, but now I think he's always letting me know if I'm right. But I think you're the Fins Tailgate now, right, Kohler? He brings good, man. He has now. Talk about voice for radio. He's the man with the radio voice. He may have the face for TV like us too. I don't know. Or he may have the face for radio. I don't know. But Kohler's a good guy, and I like him. He's good.
At Kohler Commentary.
Oh, okay. So it is at Kohler Commentary. Okay, that's cool. So, but I know he's also on the Fins Tailgate. There's so many good networks out there that I follow that I sometimes say, well, where did I see this guy? So, it's all good. So, like I said, I know Hank. I know where I can find you on the Fins Talk Sports Network. I might be able to find you here now a couple times a week because you're helping me out, because it's hard to fly solo. That's why I'm saying it. And my buddy Steve Malloy, he's busy in Virginia. So, Hank, you're number one, man, coming on here and bailing me out today so I don't have to fly solo.
Wait, I'm no longer the spare tire?
Nah, you're never the spare tire, man. Hey, spare tires are needed. Don't forget that. They're vital to move the car forward in tough times, man. So that's actually a good thing to be a spare tire. But yes, Kohler, thank you for joining us today. And please simply remind me to come on your show one day. You bring it home. I love it. You guys rock over there. They bring good stuff too, just like the Fins Talk Sports Network, just like I'm trying to do growing here. It's all fun, man. I love it. You guys rock over there. Hey, I just heard my own voice, man. I just heard my own voice. Oh no. But
yeah, I
anyway,
hit the live
really,
button on my iPad. I hit the because I have it up so I can see what people say.
yeah, no, that's great, man. Hey, it gets me another view too. So hey, I like it. But you know what we need is more Dolphin news. We need Cam Smith to sign. We need Dalvin Cook to sign with our Miami Dolphins, and then by Wednesday I will have tons of stuff to talk about. But you know, this is the slow time. NFL people, this is their time to vacation. This is when players do sometimes, unfortunately, get in trouble because this is the most free stretch they have until training camps open up. So let's just everyone stays healthy, Dolphin fans, stay out of trouble, and you know, hopefully the executives, or I'm sure Greer is probably still busy. So hope they can get those contracts done. But a lot of people, this is even the coaches who are workaholics take some vacation during this time with the family.
Fins up, Walt Dog.
And Walt Dog's in here. He's always great, man. I know he once cooked. He was wanting cooked last. He was saying, "Come on, Cook, go against your brother up in Buffalo. We want the Cooks. That'd be a great." I believe that was Walt Dog's take last year. And another Facebook viewer. Thank you, Terrence. You guys, you're awesome too, man. That's awesome, man. A couple Facebook viewers today. That's awesome, man. This is great stuff, man. I'm loving it. Let's see. What dog? Liam versus Isaiah. Who wins that? Oh, I'd say maybe Isaiah. I think Isaiah win. That's just based on Liam's not doing that well. I might be biased, but I believe Isaiah win. In a fair competition wins that battle.
Maybe Liam will be the center.
I know. You never know. I hope not. Well, he might be the backup. Who knows why they were trying him there. Maybe they knew that Connor Williams wasn't happy with this contract. So they said, we better move Liam over. And, but they also got, Feeney who can do the center. So hopefully, they're okay there. Because Connor Williams stayed healthy last year. He played above his contract, so he's going to want more money. But they do have him under contract for this year, so he will be back at some point. Hopefully, he doesn't hold out during training camp.
Marino's GOAT says win is locked at left guard now. Trust me. Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith in Liam Eichenberg, but, hey, he might do great as center. So
yeah, hey, you never know. Or at least as a backup center. That's why probably they're playing him there because him and Feeney can – battle it out for like the guy that can play guard or center. And, because you need those backups because unfortunately, knock on wood, I hope no one gets hurt, but someone gets hurt in the season. You need guys that can play a couple positions when they're backups. My starters, I want my starters to be starters at the position that they're starting. But when you have depth, you do need a couple guys that, he can maybe play right tackle or left tackle or right guard or center or something like that, because that helps you have those swing positions during the course of a game. When you got active players that get hurt, you need someone to be able to come in and at least, be able to do the position. They may not be a star at that position, but at least be able to fill in at that position. So I don't mind Eichenberg taking snaps, literally doing snaps at center.
Take them.
And, I don't mind that at all because you need
depth. I love depth. And like I told you earlier, that's my concern is depth right now on the defense.
Yeah. Hey, I think his training's going fine over there, but we will see. I mean, I know a lot's been made of it, but the main thing is at least he's taking steps to stay healthy. And if anything, like I say, he could have gone to WWE school and learn how not, to fall.
Yeah.
And people would have laughed at that. People would have, but I agree, Scott. At least he's trying and he's moving forward. So
I think the biggest thing he's done, Thirsty, is he's done neck strengthening. He's done a lot of neck strengthening and head.
He looks strong as heck. I saw him at the softball game. And I mean, I was real close where, we were right up there, because it's not like the Dolphins game where you were right up there, right up against the fence. And he's a big dude. I mean, he is thick now, man. It's like he's been working out. So he's doing all the steps he can to, you can still get hurt. It doesn't matter. You can be on the practice field, twist a knee, and you're hurt, unfortunately. But at least he's taking steps out there to stay healthy, because we need him healthy if we want to win this year, because we're not going too far with Skylar Thompson or Mike White. So you got to keep Tua up there. Like you said on our last show on Saturday on the Finns Talk Sports Network, you're just saying you put all that Tua that's passed, you're counting on him to be healthy for the year, and that's what we need. And that's what we have to look forward to. We have to just say he's going to be our guy this year. No excuses like, well, he got hurt, now let's give him another year. No, it's all on it. That's part of the equation at this point. If he can't stay healthy this year, then it's definitely time to look forward after. But this year, he's our guy, number one, unquestioned starter. Let's move forward, and hopefully he plays so well this year that the Dolphins are forced to give him that big contract after his fifth year.
I hope he earns that big contract.
Oh, yeah, that's why I want him to earn it.
Earn it.
I want him to earn it. We gave it to Ryan Tannehill before he really earned it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Tannehill was okay, but they gave him that. Ryan Tannehill has signed 2 huge NFL contracts for an average NFL. To me, Tannehill's average, which is fine. It's a lot better than I could ever be, or any of my offspring could ever be as an average NFL quarterback. But that man's gotten paid 2 huge contracts. So, hopefully Tua goes out there and earns it and stays as the Dolphins franchise quarterback. Like when we drafted him at number 5 overall, that was the expectation, that he's our new franchise quarterback. We took him over Justin Herbert. We took him over Jordan Love. Jordan Love is just now going to see action now that Aaron Rodgers has come over to our division to face our Miami Dolphins. So, we're going to see. We're going to see all these guys for the first time playing, and we're going to see who was right and who was wrong. I still think Tua can be the guy. He will be the guy. We just have to have faith in him, because he is our quarterback, whether you like him or don't like him. So I say he wears the aqua and orange, Hank, and I'm like you. We rock and roll with the aqua and orange, where I know we're nearing the end of our show. And Hank, I appreciate it, because I know on your show, you like those 30-minute shows. Here, I tend to go 1 hour because I get runny of the mouth. So
that's all right. I like to let you go a little bit. It gives me time to relax and think about what I want to say.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look at Kohler. If you believe the sports media, Dalvin is going to play 4 games for each AFC. Yeah, that's funny. Like, okay, we got 4 games for the Dolphins, 4 games for the Bills, and 4 games for the Jets and the Patriots. I know it's just like he is definitely rumored to be in here, because I even saw the Patriots link to him now and saying that they could bring in D-Hop and Cook. The Patriots could, and that would make the Patriots better all of a sudden. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Like I'm not on the D-Hop, the DeAndre Hopkins trade, but I'm not on that at all. We don't need him. And supposedly he wants Odell Beckham money that they gave him, which is like $15 million guaranteed for 1 year, and then like $3 million. And there's no way the Dolphins can justify that when you don't even have Wilkins signed. They haven't even signed your rookie Cam Smith yet. So I mean, you got to get some of these guys signed before you start worrying about fantasy football guys coming in. But Cook, I've told you, I'm all on. I wish I had a chef's hat. I would wear a chef's hat on this show, and it's how much I want Cook to come to the Dolphins.
Thirsty. The thing about Tua is, if you think about it, all these teams, all these fans from other teams are counting on Tua not being healthy. Well, that's a problem for them, because he's done everything to become more healthy.
Right.
You have an offensive scheme that everybody knows now. Everybody didn't know what was going on last year. Even Tyreek Hill said, I didn't know. I just ran out there.
Yeah.
And a lot changes when you have that going on. That also shows how good Tua was in the pocket, getting the ball to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
So, but other teams need to count on our failures to succeed from us this year. They're not going to just roll over the Miami Dolphins. They're going to have a tough time, and they're going to get beat up during it, and they better score points. That's all I know.
All right,
if this Dolphins offense is even half of what I think it'll be, they better score points, because I really believe Miami's probably going to have more points than any other team in the NFL this year.
No, I agree. I think our defense is going to be one of the better defenses. So that's why my expectations are so high. And I've been burned. I'm in my 50s, so anyone in that generation of mine, they know we've been burned many times. We're a little too young. I like using the
Yeah,
word
I didn't
young.
see it like I haven't seen it like this in years.
Oh
and
no,
years
no,
and
we
years.
haven't. But we've been burned like buying in before, like thinking, oh,
Yeah.
we're getting better, and this is going to be the guy that pushes us over the top.
Yep.
Because, like I said, I'm that generation that's a little bit too young. I like saying that to remember the Super Bowl winning years. I was 3 and 4 when the Dolphins won their Super Bowl, so I don't really remember. My mom has photos of me wearing like a Bob Greasy shirt back in the day, but I don't remember those days. So where my memories kick in are the Dolphins Super Bowl losses. The game that I first ever really remember that kicked in was the game that we lost against the Chargers. That was an epic comeback, only to lose in overtime when Don Strock came in and we had the hook and lateral play.
Yeah.
Strock threw to Joel Harris and he flipped it to Tony Nathan and he runs down the sideline, puts the ball up in the air and then has to bring it down for I remember that play like it was yesterday because I was like a young teen. I think I was like 12 years old and it's like, or whatever, 11 years old. And it's just like, oh my God, this is great. And never again that's a one game I just remember that hooked me forever. I've bled aqua and orange ever since that game. And it's just been great, man. It's been a great ride, but just not the Super Bowl ride. And yes, it's almost that time. But I just want to do one special thanks to all you guys, especially you Facebookers, man, that found me. I love it. And of course, the YouTube guys always fins up. We're just getting going here, just getting started. It's awesome. If we've earned it, tackle that subscribe button and throw a laser pass at that thumbs up button, what I like to call the fins up button. Hank, do you have any closing comments before we leave here today?
Well, most of all, I want to thank you for having me on your show today. I had a great time. I always love talking Dolphins, and I agree with everybody out there as far as Cook goes. We need him on the team. Let's do it. Find some type of agreement. Let's get those rookies in, and let's find some depth during OTAs for our defense.
Yeah. Hey, that sounds good. And thank you. Oh, hey, MRI preferred customer. He used to be the Dolphins or something. So he changed the name up on the top, but I know who he is. Sorry.
Fins up, MRI.
And he's a big fan of you, Kohler. Kohler, if you're still in here, this guy's a big fan of you. Let me know he's a Buffalo Bills fan. So,
yeah.
So, it's good. It's all cool. So, and Scott, let's see. Scott asked who was it? I don't know how much weight, honestly, I would have to look that up, but if you just the eyeball test, he just looks bigger. I don't know how much weight he's gained, but if you look at him, he just looked like all muscle. I know there was some joke about he had a belly fat during one of those photos. People went crazy. Oh, it looks like he has a dad's belly, but to me, it just looked like he just looks stronger. I don't know. Could just be the eyes, like hoping, and that's what I see. But I saw him real close up, personal at the softball game, like I said, and both me and my sons was like, "Holy cow, he's gotten, he's added muscle." It looks like I say, were we just hopeful Dolphin fans being like, "Oh,
no,
I did."
No,
to me, he looks up. Yeah, he does. He looks bulked up. But as far as the actual weight, Scott, I can't really tell you how much he's added. Michael K. Okay, that's Michael K. So, let's see. Tuna looks like he's 3/4 slower. Well, he's never been a fast guy. I don't care about his speed. He's not going to run away from anyone. What he needs to do is stay healthy in the pocket, step up, throw lasers to Tyreek Hill, who hopefully doesn't miss much time due to NFL suspension. I have to have my disclaimer in there. Throw to Waddle, throw to the chosen one, Anderson. And, we're going to win some football games. And hopefully Cook is cooking up opponents this year. And he's better than the Buffalo Cook. How about that? Now, if he goes to Buffalo, I would eat my own words and say, oh, my God, they got 2 Cooks. I'm going to hate life. So, yeah, I know. He's a Bills fan, but non-Bills. He did point that out, Kohler, that he did come in here and say he's a Bills fan, but he's not Bills Mafia. So that's good.
Ah, okay.
So, all right. Anyway, Hank, with no further ado, I'll let you go. I just got to find out my closing song. I just wanted to make sure everyone got their comments in there. You guys rock as always, and it's been fun. Hold on, I gotta find my little closing before I look like a fool. My thoughts are still with you. I just can't find my closing. There we go. I found it. Oh, let's see. We got one more comment before, and then this is it. This is my last comment I'm going to look at, and then I'm closing out. He's just giving a thumbs up to Kohler. I give a thumbs up to all of you guys, but I like to say fins up. Hank, I hope we can do this again soon because I don't have a co-host right now. So you be my spare tire always, which makes you a permanent tire. So there you go. But remember, spare tires are important because they keep you going when all things are down. So go Dolphin, fins up. Miami Dolphins #1.